Hi everyone, this is Bonnie from the basement at Quiltville on Easter Sunday 2017. Since today we are celebrating the resurrection, I thought I would also share with you the resurrection of this beautiful machine that I brought home from Alabama with me. We picked her up. What day was that? I don't even remember. I think it was Thursday morning. I was in Coleman and I found her in the antique mall. Of course, the sign said, works fine, great. And I was so excited about the green color and the fact that it said Southern Pride on it. Hooray for Alabama, Southern Pride. That I felt like I dickered myself a deal, and into the van she went. And today I had some time to clean it up and get it running. Well, this machine had many problems, from a broken check spring. These are things that I always keep on hand. Check springs for different styles of machines. She had so much lint around her feed dogs that the needle wouldn't even really move up and down. The feed dogs wouldn't work at all. So we had to take this off and get under there and do that. And it just would not get over the slows. I oiled every port. I oiled the bottom. I took the plate off. I oiled in here. And finally I remembered one spot that we tend to neglect. The motor has two little oiling ports. Be sure if you're running vintage machines that you know whether your machine takes oil or grease. There might be grease cups if it's a certain kind of motor. So your manual will tell you what to do. Speaking of manual, this little Southern Pride, here is the manual that comes with it. Cash price, $189.50. Now you can see that the name of the machine is hand stamped here. So it's like rubber stamps, those mail stamps. Which machine is this? Bang, we're going to stamp it with the name here. Because these machines were made in Japan, and any store or retailer could order them in case lots. So you would say, I want 100 blue ones with the name of my store on them, and they would do it. They all had the same manual, but they would be stamped with whatever brand you wanted on here. So Macy's had their own. Several of the department stores had their own. The body styles would be the same. They'd all have this deluxe badge made in Japan down here. But the decal here would say whatever you wanted on it. So if you order enough machines, you can have them personalized however you want. What also came with this machine, this is very, very cool. This was in the base of the machine. It says, representing the rank and file of organized labor. This is the Union Labor News. It was sent to a Lewis Rogers, either Garcia or Garza, the name is cut off there, in Atala, Alabama. But this is from, it says Birmingham, Alabama, Thursday, December 16th, 1954. So there we have a pretty close, price 10 cents. We have a pretty close idea of when this machine came around. Why was this newspaper in the base? I think it was in the wooden base box to absorb any oil or whatever the machine was doing. But there's some interesting stuff in here. So it took a while to get the machine up and going. It was slow and slow and slow and slow. And once I remembered those two oil spouts here on the oil ports on the motor, I put a drop in each side and it went slow, slow, and then whammo, she went like a rocket. So I've put in a new needle. We've got the tension adjusted, and I just want to show you how smooth she's running. She's also got a new belt. What else did I do? Oh, I had to put a new bobbin tire on as well. But this little lady, she goes so fast I can't hardly keep up with her now, and all of the squeaks are gone. She's running some beautiful pink oil-filled thread for Easter. There's still a little bit of oil smell and from getting her going. But she is just beautiful here. I don't know if her thread cutter works. Can I get this clear enough in the camera? The camera's kind of over my shoulder. I've got it adjusted front and back. I may need to play with this little knob up here a little bit. This is your presser foot pressure. So you can adjust how much pressure. This would be almost none. This is like all the way, and I think I put her somewhere in the middle, and that'll stop. If you see a seam that has any ruffling to the fabric, chances are it's got too much pressure on the presser foot or not enough. You want just enough to have it sew easily with no ruffling. She goes so fast she vibrates the table. Of course, this is her reverse lever up here, so if I go all the way up, she's going to sew backwards, and I can adjust to really big basting stitches if I take her all the way down. She is rattling the table, and the table behind her, she's got so much vibration going, so absolutely beautiful stitch. So this was my machine save. I felt fairly justified with picking her up because, well, besides the fact that she's green and it says Southern Pride, I rehomed 2 other machines while I was in Alabama. I found a home for a beautiful little Singer Spartan and a 185J, which is also a green machine. It's a 3/4 size machine, and I didn't have a cabinet that it would work in, and I like to work on a flat surface in a cabinet. So we rehomed those 2, brought home 1. I'm still 1 down. I'm feeling good about it. Well, this is Bonnie Hunter wishing you a very happy Easter from the basement at Quiltville. I'm off to Texas on Tuesday morning, bright and early before dawn. So be looking for our next QuiltCam to happen towards the end of April when I am back from that trip and have some more time. Until then, we'll see you later. Bye-bye, everybody.